Okay, go ahead.
Russian company is trying to make deals to catch wild orcas in Africa and other places. Is anybody tracking that, trying to stop any more captures of wild orcas? You got to stop it.
So as of today, as far as I know, all 4 companies are done. They don't exist anymore. Yeah, they don't exist anymore. But they can always open a new company and pretend to be a new company who wants to do that. So we still need to monitor all the activities. And if something comes up like this, if there is a message that someone is going to start capturing all orcas somewhere else, we should all get together again and stop this, guys.
Hello. No. Okay, we'll swap back and forth. If you hear anything, you see anything, you know what they always say? Yeah. Report it. So please just don't assume that we know, because we might be out in the field doing something else, and so we'd rather receive 20 reports about the same thing than miss it altogether.
This would be better for you to answer.
So that's it, Nora. That's a good one. She was asking about the K, Ls, and Js. So we can chat about that after, because we want to focus on the whale gel because we've got such a short amount of time. Okay, cool. But it's a naming system in the order that they were photographed. Yeah. Oh, way over there. It's hard to see you guys, so you should just wave frantically.
Right now, no orcas can be moved from Russia, I can tell you this, and no belugas either, but I don't think China has any ban on import. Ingrid will know more.
Yeah, China are trying to get them from everywhere, and at the moment, if you were here yesterday, you would recall that Muriel was speaking about them coming in from France. We know that they are also trying to make deals to get them live caught in other places. So the reason that the Russians were reaching out to the Norwegians and to to African countries are that those companies already have interest. They're not just going out there and capturing these orca on speculation. They have very firm offers for those animals. And depending on the bloodline, the age of the animal, where it is, you're looking at somewhere between $2 to $20 million per individual. So that's a significant amount of money. There was an amazing study done by the World Animal Protection Society. You can go online and find it. I think it's called Behind the Dolphin Smile. And they were looking at how much are these animals worth to the industry. And on average, a bottlenose dolphin earns approximately $1 million per year for its owner. So to pay $1 million to buy one, that's pretty cheap, really. If you know that you're going to have it for 10 years, it's a pretty good return. Oh, yep, frantically waving there. Yeah, it's good. So where does Norway stand on all of this? It's an interesting question because, of course, they're a whaling country. They have people that still go out whaling there. You can still buy whale meat in the supermarket. They are not hunting orca at the moment. Yay. They were real big hunters of orca. They were killing many, in the hundreds of animals, including pregnant females and all this sort of stuff. But now they have a very strong tourism industry centered on orca, specifically on swimming with orca. And so because of the huge value that they see in the tourism industry, I think it would be highly unlikely that they would agree to this. We could find no evidence that they even replied to that email, but doesn't mean it wouldn't happen, especially if there's significant amounts of money coming in. Yeah. Down here, Oksana, Susan.
What I find surprising about this is that Putin doesn't strike me as a man with a heart. So he signed off on this. What was in it for him?
It's a very good question, actually. And
Can you repeat it so they can hear?
she was asking why Putin would do this. Why would he help these whales? We don't know if he maybe loves the whales. I don't think so. But we think, and among our coalition, that's what we discussed, is we think that they just wanted to get rid of the capture companies. They realized that they are making money, a lot of money, on the animals that the government can make money on. So maybe somewhere in the future the government might want to resume this and make the money for themselves. But at the moment, with this current ban and all their statements from high-profile people saying that this is not going to happen again, the whale jail is not going to be happening again in our country, it's unlikely, but that's what we thought. We don't know what kind of things are going on between them there, but the Far East is kind of not big on supporting Putin. So maybe he just wanted to do something like this and show them that he's the boss still. I don't know. But yeah, it was, till the end, it was the fight between the captors and the companies with the government, pretty much with Putin. And it was already to the point where it felt like it's embarrassing for him because his orders are not taken seriously. And yeah. But they did this PR stunt, releasing them on his direct line. It was a good thing for his politician campaign and to raise the polls again. So maybe this one was one of the main reasons. Who knows?
Thank you.
Howie.
Yeah, of the 10 orcas that were released, as I recall dimly, at least one was seen later in company of other orcas seeming to do better. Was there any other follow-up, any other word or sightings of any of the others?
No, but I can tell you why. It's a very remote place. People don't go there. It's not like here in San Juan you can jump on like so many boats and go and look for them. You have to actually put together an expedition to go to the location where you might have a chance to encounter these animals. So it's not that easy. Just the area where they live is not reachable to us. So I guess that's why we don't know what really happened after that.
Yeah, I had actually with Gregory made a plan that we were going to go back. We were going to set up an expedition and go back and look for these animals as scientists, as researchers. We had gathered about a quarter of the funds that we needed, and then COVID hit, and then the war. So here we are. And when things settle down, hopefully we can get back out there and look for them. Yeah. And if anybody wants to fund that expedition, come see us.
I know that some people are organizing eco-tours in that area, so it's possible they will encounter them. And again, we might hear more and see more, but it's always better for the scientists to go there and look for them, because regular folks, they don't know what to look for. Mm-hmm. They will probably not even notice.
Yeah, and the eco-tours are not like a little boat like you have here. I mean, we're talking ships with hundreds of people on them.
No,
so.
not in that area, not in Russia, not yet.
Sure they are. Let's talk.
Okay.
Oh, frantically waving at the back.
Hi, is the whale jail still in existence? And if so, I was going to ask who owns it, or who did own it?
Yeah, no, it's been dismantled. The government made a very strong statement. You can't see in the photos, but if you know what to look for outside some of the video, you can actually see there were some smaller sheds there as well. They were capturing walruses for export as well. And when we were walking around, we could hear them calling out. And yeah, we were basically told not to go anywhere near them. And that's one of the reasons why we had these security guards with us. But they have completely dismantled it. Although you can still go on Google Earth. I don't know if you guys know, there's a clock that you can tick back and go back and look at different times. That's how I got those other pictures. So you can go in and you can see what it looked like back then. Yeah.
You had said that some of the people, the handlers there were lovely, and you took a couple pictures with them at the end.
Did any of them reached out or stayed in touch with you? Or
That's a funny story. That's a great story. So, yes, one of them stayed in touch with me, and his girlfriend loved whales and dolphins too, and so I sent them links to all sorts of different things that they could look at online, and we kept in touch, and then the war broke out, and I said, how are you doing? How's your family doing? And he said, I've fled. And
me and my boyfriend ended up helping him because he crossed the Mexico border and came here, and I was like not very happy about this idea. I'm like, what the hell, this guy from the whale jail is coming to my house?
but I had asked her to look after him, so
Yeah.
I said he's a good guy.
But he turned out to be a good guy. He gave me some good information, so it all worked out.
Yeah. And he's still a refugee from the war, and he's here in America. So
But he's doing good.
Yeah.
He's doing good.
yeah.
Yep.
did anybody think to take any ID photos of the orcas?
Oh yeah, Howie, that was one of the key things that we were going in there for, in the anticipation that should we be able to get them out, that we would be able to re-identify them. So we were photographing them all over, like any time they rolled upside down, we would do just everything. We photographed and videoed these whales like you wouldn't believe when we were in there. And then we donated all of those images for these guys, the scientists, to be and the scientists and these guys to be able to do the matching later. Yeah. Yep.
The whale jail was horrible with belugas, but I was especially concerned about the orcas being under a roof. Their pens were roofed, and I remember in rescue operations of pinnipeds, they did much better when they were being treated outside than inside the center.
Right, so it's worth pointing out this isn't a rescue centre.
Right.
This was adapt them for captivity, and in China, the facilities are all indoors. But the reason that they were doing it, keeping them indoors, was that in the extreme cold there, because they're logging all the time, they're not swimming underwater, right? In the wild, they briefly come up, their dorsal fin comes above the surface, and then it goes back down below, seconds at the most, right? But in the whale jail, they're floating there with their dorsal fins above the surface for hours in sub-zero temperatures. And so they were getting frostbitten. So they had put heaters in those little greenhouses to try and keep the temperature at just enough so that they wouldn't get frostbite and die like krill did. Yeah.
Are they still capturing walruses?
All the captures of marine mammals are prohibited now. Yeah.
Okay, that's it. Okay, guys, please come up and chat with us after if you've got any other questions. We're really happy to help. We've just been given the wind it up signal, so we'll see you out there. Thank you.
Thank you.